Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone for college football, and you will see plenty of Buffaloes roaming here. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
I gotta charge my shit. I'm gonna text you right there.
And the Buffaloes will get us started with the opening kickoff.
Over under 3.5 jet sweeps for Racky.
And he's going to run it back. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. To the air, it's Wells. He's moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down. He's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
The Tigers want to move quickly. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's going to run it. At midfield, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
When QBs are able to do this and just pull it down after he's sat back there in the pocket a little bit and go make plays, so frustrating for a defense. If I blitz and play man-to-man, nobody's looking at the QB. He can make a big play. If I sit back, he can still scramble, run up, and get a big play. So hard to defend this guy.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this cat.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get him flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field. Did a great job seeing it. Going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find it.
And the pass hits, picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. So the opening drive of the game, and you spit it up. That's not the way to get things started.
Coaches are always preaching about not committing penalties and winning the turnover battle. So you're able to go on this first drive, and you're doing a couple positive things, and then turn it over, not to start this offense.
Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the option. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Wide open. He makes the catch. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a receiver after he catches the football.
Matchup nightmare too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often than this one.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
MF just running wide open like he playing in the backyard with Pops.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the... Oh, what a grab by the defense! Touchdown, Bucks! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there...
This guy is blind.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there
you
after
gone
the
already.
pick 6. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds. An excellent field position for this offense. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And they can't make the connection. Clemson jumps to the line. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Clemson.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Gets it out quickly. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Got the back over the middle. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
He now has 61 yards for him on the ground now. What a first quarter for this guy. They'll try to get it in with the run. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3.
It's now second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Coming up here. Touch pass on the run. Pulled down for the tackle.
Can't do that shit against
You don't
me.
see those, touch passes go from negative yards yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Well, you'd think this would be a very makeable field goal attempt, but they're going to go for it on 4th down. Got some room headed to the goal line. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Motion from the offense. Quarterback will keep it. And the ball's on the ground. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. 1st down for this offense. He leaves it with his back. Headed to the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's 1st down from the 38. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to them and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way. Then I'll throw the football.
They'll go right back to the run. Bulls his way forward. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Colorado 14, Clemson 7.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Wide out in motion. Direct snap. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Buys a little extra time. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get him. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Colorado.
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. East Carolina is just getting blown off the field right now, and like him or hate him, I think anyone would agree this is tough to watch. They're trailing by 14 to NC State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys are
these motherfuckers just kicking that shit out of bounds. They on some bullshit. That shit crazy.
Here comes the offense on first down. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. He now has 84 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Tackle is made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, you know, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so
But he ain't fumbling that.
It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll run it on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Powers forward. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got 4th down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
4th and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying out there. A gutsy move by this ball club. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Clemson.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Splits the uprights, it's good. Hold on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see what's up with that. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Tigers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll run the jet sweep, trying to spread this defense out. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. They'll try the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing.
They keeping you in this motherfucker.
Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down.
They keeping you in this motherfucker.
Really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play call. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Turns it loose. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in zones. You got to get him involved.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great defenses.
And the Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket? You've got time to throw. You get a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
As a quarterback, you just have to know where you are in the field. It's one thing to hold on to the ball, and it's one thing to take a sack, but you cannot keep retreating and retreating, going backwards like that.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And they'll send out the field goal unit. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He wants to throw. Going over the top. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go back to the air on second down. He'll pull it down and run. Still running at the 40. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Back to pass, it's Wells. Trying to escape and get it himself. At the 35, he's open. A little excitement there to wrap up the first half, and that'll pad the stats as we go to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Colorado, 24. Clemson, 14.
Just about set to kick it away.
Number 11, set to kick this one away.
Yeah, he left.
And he takes this
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody just grabbed him, I guess. Awesome.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
He said he had a bunch of shit going on. He wanted to take a break until 26. He gonna be tapped in still though when we start the new one.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Off the play fake. He's going to throw deep right side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him. And the defense finally came up with a play.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He'll take it himself. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Snap it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Third down for the offense after recovering their own fumble. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They recovered their own fumble, but now it's 3rd down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Moving away from pressure. He's turning it loose into the middle. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Looking to throw, it's Wells. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds.
Wow. God, that's crazy.
Moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Keeps it and gets past the chains. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Quarterback keeps it. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Touchdown, Clemson! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
The play action fake. Quarterback on the move, still looking. chunked it away just as he was hit. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
Grab near the marker. It's Guerrero. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, you see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Fires left. Pulls it in. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the
grown man.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Colorado 24, Clemson 21.
First down to start the drive after the break. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Knocked off his feet.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
You see all this movement in football now, all this stemming. The defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Extending the play. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm.
Put it in between the zone.
Right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
And the Buffaloes will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Meyer. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
You know, it's interesting. At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll go with a direct snap. works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
The option look. He'll pitch it. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
This quarterback part of their running game. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and remember, from this spot, they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. He makes a grab into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Cam the Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 5 over Georgia Southern. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's going to pass. Right down the middle. He's got it. At the 45 on his way. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Clemson. And the comeback is on. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 31-28. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Coming out with it, it's Adams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. All right, this game just got tighter, and you just don't want to make a mistake here, Dave.
Especially in the 4th quarter. Remember, you're still leading this ball game. You're still going to execute the same way, Palmer. Don't get frantic.
Don't get frantic, but I would like to see them stay aggressive, too. You put a touchdown up on the board here, and this goes back to being a 2-possession game.
Goes to the option. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Now on the move. And the Buffaloes will keep this drive going. The Buffaloes with the 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Buffaloes enter the final minute with the lead, trying to run out the clock. They feed him again. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll go to the ground. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
4th down.
And the Buffaloes line up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work.
Good game, guys.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. They'll try to pick up the first. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week, and for the first week, they get it done.